Greetings, traveler. It is a pleasure to see you. Yes, the weather looks good now, but a storm is on the way, believe me. But please, don't stand out here in the weather. You are more than welcome to enter my humble abode and share the fire with me.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Well, traveler, it seems that you have shown up at an opportune time. Yes, it has come to my attention that there is an infiltrator in our midst. And as a member of the former force, I take my job as a guardian of the MGTOW philosophy seriously. Though I don't know this man's name. The little bitch didn't want to give his name. He didn't even want to give a pseudonym. But I'm here to teach you the truth. You know, I can't even remember the name Mr. Forma assigned to you, and you know what? It don't matter. Because in my eyes, you are a little juvenile delinquent soy boy bitch. And Junior, I'm here to take you to school. So, I watched your 2 videos and I have a few pertinent responses for you. First of all, MGTOW is not the male version of feminism. The whole goal of feminism is to invade, subvert, and destroy men's spaces. MGTOW, in case your memory capacity is not sufficient to remember, is men going their own way. That means we are walking away from women. And I'm hoping you can get at least 2 neurons to fire at the same time so you can keep up with this conversation. Now, language is very important. There was a Star Trek episode where people on the planet were playing diplomatic games. And he said, the only tool diplomacy has is language. What the fuck is a MGTOWnian? At least if you're gonna talk to us to try to shame us, you should use the correct words. Or are you incapable of going past that 3rd grade primer that you've memorized? You better get a paper and pencil so you can take notes and have something to study after the burn on your ass heels. That is, if your guardian trusts you with anything sharper than a dull crayon. Now, back in the past, men and women had a relationship that worked together. But now, men are coming to the realization that we do not need women. We are the prize. And, you mentioned shitty in your comment about this. Looks like the only thing shitty around here is your thoughts and your full diaper. And I noticed you tried to throw in a little history, but it's skewed. Just like your thought patterns. You're using the typical leftist tactics. Painting with a broad brush and trying to shame all men for the actions of a few. Were there men that abused their wives in the past? Certainly there were. There are men that abuse their wives now. There are also women who abuse their boyfriends and husbands. But you didn't want to mention that, did you? And I want you to pay attention to this part. Bitch, MGTOW is not hatred. It looks like you stopped after finding a couple of videos that men made when they were in the middle of the red pill rage. And you thought that was everything there was. You're wrong. Again and still. Then, you tried to go to the semi-tradcon route, which is traditional conservative, and claim people following a MGTOW philosophy show an absence of God in their lives. Really? You a lying motherfucker. Now, I can't speak for every man. I speak only for myself. I am spiritual rather than belonging to any organized religion. I've been there, done that, got the fucking t-shirt. I was a Southern Baptist. I was dabbling in being a Catholic. I was even a hardcore Mormon for a while. The way you talk, it sounds more like you're the one under a satanic influence rather than us. And then you say, we've been burned by women and that we're scarred for life. You know what? I've been married. it's not something I admit to in public, but I had an affair or two when I was married. After I got divorced, I had a friend with benefits for a while. So I pretty much done the gamut. So, and I'm an old man. It's not vital for me to have sex with a woman again. Now, that's not to say I don't have urges. That's not to say it wouldn't be fun. But as the man said, the juice is not worth the squeeze. You're the one that sounds desperate. It seems like the only sex you can get is if you go to the club and use GHB, or you skip all that and you go to your regular bathhouse. Oh, and what the fuck was this title? MGTOW is gay on the low? Really? See? You're proving that you're clueless and sounds like brainless too. That's funny. Because hearing this bullshit coming from you, you're the one who looks like you missed your daily injection of zinc and soy. Otherwise you wouldn't be acting like a little bitch. And then you said, these, quote, MGTOWians, unquote. They're acting like that because they got their hearts broken. Well, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Being divorced did break my heart. It was a low-level ache that lasted for years, until I took the red pill and realized it wasn't all my fault, like my ex constantly told me. I got divorced after being married for 32 years. Yes, over half my life. Flushed away. That entire time, I was a beta provider. I admit it. I was heavily blue-pilled. I was trying to fulfill that classic blue-pilled simp existence while dealing with a psychotic control freak trad thought. Now, a thought is that hole over there, and trad is traditional, yeah. I knew she was a skank when I married her, but like a dumbass, I thought I could get her to straighten out her act. Well, she didn't sleep around much. She had one affair that she admitted to. There may have been more, but she never told me. But with her, everything was a contest that she had to win. She had to act more like a man than me. And me, being a dumbass and trying to follow, traditional conservative values, I kept trying to make it work, even though I was the only one trying. I admit it. I'm old, weak, slow, and tired. Yet I am still a man. Unlike you, my penis works. And I'm still attracted to women. I just know the effort that I would have to put into a relationship is not worth a minuscule reward. Now, in your case, you probably look in the mirror, and if it doesn't break, the mirror turns away on its own, and I can't blame it. Now, once you've taken the red pill, you have become, as I call it, a brother of the red pill awakening. And I hope you're hanging with me there, Junior. Don't make me deploy the pimp hand to either wake you up or get your eyes to uncross. Because don't think I won't. I'm fully aware now of my own value as a man. But I'm not sure if you can even understand the concept. Well, now that I think about it, maybe you will after you finish those hormone treatments and complete your female to male transition. And maybe I have your attention more now. Need to explain something to you, Junior. MGTOW is a philosophy, not a movement. You know, when you talk like that, you're proving you're a dumb bitch. No, maybe let me try another term that you can understand. You're exhibiting, as my man Undead Chronic says, classic bitch think. Maybe your brain is in a swirl because you missed your daily treatments of Vagisil and your dose of Midol. That must be it. And this one was almost a jaw dropper. MGTOW equals Islam? Damn. You must have set the crack pipe down just before you started taping that one. It's one of the greatest leaps of non-logic I've ever heard. You know, by that statement, we can see, you know, not only does your little head not work, the big head doesn't work either. You know, try to have the big head doing the thinking for once in your pitiful life. You know, as paraphrased from the Bible, you have eyes, but you can't even see truth when it's 3 inches in front of your face. Ray Charles could see the fucking truth, but you can, I guess. And I noticed, you know, you're so busy trying to give us the pimp hand. You never said a word about your relationships. I mean, maybe it's because you're incapable of attracting a woman. Unless you do all the classic deals like driving around in the fancy car and having the Rolex, having the cash fall out of your pockets when you're walking down the street. You know, when you take that first red pill, it is a shock to the system. As you take more of them, you entered a red pill rage state. Every man who's taken a steady diet of red pills does that. I reached the point where every time I looked at a woman, my eyes would cloud over. Not to commit violence, but reminding me of situations I went through when I was married and realizing it wasn't me being fucked up. It was the woman manipulating me, bypassing my logic and pressing emotional buttons to break me down, and then losing respect for me because I did break down. But once you get past that rage state, there is a whole landscape that opens up before your eyes. Some men go purple pill. They still go into relationships, but with the additional knowledge that helps them navigate that treacherous minefield. There are some who try to use their knowledge to manipulate women, saying turnabout is fair play, and they become pickup artists. Now, in my opinion, now and many others, PUAs are not MGTOW. There are people like me who've adopted a monk lifestyle. My interactions with women are minimal. I mean, if the little head tries to take over and I find myself staring at a woman for longer than a second or two, I force myself to turn away. Because I already know it's not worth the trouble to try to form a relationship. And there are some, and this is just a flash analysis, but it sure looks like you fit into that category. Incels. There are people that don't have a relationship with women and apparently can't attract a woman. So I'm hoping you don't snap like a dry twig and start shooting people. But just a little reminder though, I live in an open carry constitutional state. You come to my state and try that shit, you just might find your nasty ass double tapped. This is not an incitement or threat to violence, just words of wisdom for you. And hopefully the big head is awake and can understand that. Actually, maybe you're not even an incel. Maybe you're just asexual. And I'll actually give you half a point. Every once in a while, you would say something that was factual and accurate. But then, the bitch think would take over, and you would break it off in your own ass by saying something ridiculous and stupid. So, you think your juvenile attempt at shaming language is gonna deflect me from my path? Fuck no. It's like the man says, in order for you to insult me, I would first have to value your opinion. Oh, I don't need that one yet. Now, pay attention, Junior. These 3 facts are the core of the MGTOW philosophy. Do not marry. Do not move in with a woman. Do not do a long-term relationship. That's it. Everything else is nuance and shading. It's like going to the Chinese buffet. You can pick and choose whatever suits you by life experience, circumstance, and karma. So don't think you found some video of some guy in the red pill rage and say, oh, that's all of them. Wow, my God, they're assholes. I'm gonna fuck with them. Well, bitch, you ain't fucking with me. So what you need to do is recognize. Don't fuck with people like us. Because we don't take bullshit from little juvenile soyboy delinquents like you. One of the most important things that I learned was truly understanding female nature. And this is my interpretation. This is part of what a woman is. This is a lamprey. It's a jawless fish, a parasitic, carnivorous species that feeds by boring into the flesh of other fish to suck their blood. And this is the other half. Yes, a succubus. A demon in female form that seduces men through sex. Repeated activity will result in deterioration of the man's health and mental state, and perhaps even causing death. Now, if you actually get that third neuron to fire, maybe you'll understand this. Once you know female nature, why would you want to subject yourself to estrogen-fueled emotional extortion. And an entire culture that's set up to degrade, devalue, and use men as a disposable utility. Now, hopefully, after the burn on your ass settles down, you'll think about that. And then you'll know why men are going their own way. Now, I know deep philosophy, well, hell, even regular conversation seems to be beyond you, but I'm gonna try to break it down for you. Socrates himself said, "The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new." We have walked away. We're pursuing our own radical self-actualization, and we do not need a woman to complete us. Now, that there are men who still engage in relationships, that's no problem. I think nothing less of any man who does that, if he has red pill wisdom and is aware of the risks. You do not seem to be aware of the risk you're taking by fucking with the wrong people, which you did. So I hope this minor lesson is actually gonna teach you something, but somehow I doubt it. And believe me, you come on over and try to fuck with us some more, one of us, if not me, will break it off in your ass again. So recognize, Junior. So, Mr. Whoever the fuck you are, as I've told other people, the next time you try one of these infiltration missions, you may want to pick an easier target. Because the former force is watching. We hold the line and no one gets through. And if your little bitch ass comes by trying to fuck with us again, I'll give you the fucking pimp hand again. You think I won't? Try me, Junior. Well, Traveler, I apologize to you for subjecting you to this rant, but as you can see, it was necessary. Because some juvenile delinquents think they can come in and fuck with us and try to change our philosophy to suit their twisted agenda. No, that ain't happening. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. We are men going their own way, and we guard our philosophy jealously. We know the truth. We live the truth. We spread the truth. And we apply the pimp hand to juvenile delinquent soyboy bitches who come in and think they're going to knock us off our path. Ain't fucking happening. So, Traveler, I encourage you to think about what you've heard and definitely spread the message. This brother of the Red Pill Awakening is awake, unafraid, and unbreakable. And nobody is gonna knock me off my path. Not ever. And traveler, as you continue on your journey, remember, I still say some of the best days of your life haven't happened yet.